Action.
Hi guys, we're at Tech Edge today, and Forrest doesn't know what he's doing.
I was thinking
Camera's
just
unplugged.
killed the. Hey guys, welcome to Tech Edge. I'm trying really hard not to stutter because I am jacked up on this nitro-infused coffee right now. I'm just full of caffeine right now. I just want to Hulk out of this shirt right now. And today we're gonna have some fake news. We're gonna talk about some fake news.
Speaking of fake news, hulking out of his shirt is never gonna happen.
So today we're talking about fake news. It's a hot topic in the actual non-fake news.
Or fake news. Or is it fake
In the
news?
non-alternative world.
That's right. A lot of people think that fake news is a new thing that our new president created. It is not. It's been around for centuries.
Yeah, he just kind of make it bigger, like pop it out.
He created the buzzword fake news, but you know, ever since World War II, and before even World War II, there's been propaganda, similar things to fake news. They just haven't called it fake news.
Different headline, like National Enquirer.
Move your big hairy arm out of their shot.
This one?
Yeah.
But in Tech Edge, we're talking about technology. We don't care about newspapers. Those are being phased out. So, fake news in tech, what are we going to talk about?
Well, we can talk about how fake news is maybe presented. Let's say Twitter, we got Facebook. All these groups are created to monetize in some way by saying, "Oh, this is news," but it's not. They're just trying to make money off.
Right. So that's why fake news now is taking off, is because it's so easy to spread fake news. You can come up with a news article at your house.
Yeah, because before you had to have a news, like a press, to do paper, print paper. Now you just create a quick Facebook account and you're done. You can make money virtually like that.
Yeah, so you know, the reason people make fake news is obviously to push an agenda or because they're trying to get a payout. We call it clickbait in the tech biz. Clickbait is something on Facebook where it goes, you won't
believe what happened.
Here's a headline that you couldn't believe. Click on it, and we'll tell you why it's
This
true.
guy bought a 2x4. You won't believe what happens next. I'm sorry, I'm hopped up on caffeine right now. I can barely speak.
This guy just jumped from the 3rd floor. You won't believe what happened next.
Exactly. Yeah, it's clickbait. Anything, or if you see like a little thumbnail and it's got a weird picture and it says click here to see more. That's anything that tries to get you to click on it. And when you click on it, whoever posted that link, still the caffeine, gets a payout.
Yeah. Or a lot of times on YouTube specifically people put attractive women with exposed boobs, and people click on it, and that's how they get the clickbait. That's one of the.
Do you click on a lot of exposed boobs?
No, not really.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore.
He's learned his lesson. That is what fake news is.
So a lot of the clickbait you see when you click on it, Google or other vendors have set up pay-per-click ad revenue. So when somebody clicks on it and they view that page, you get a certain dollar amount or cent amount per click, they say.
One other ways also is for websites when they're presenting or offering to their advertisers, hey, our website has so much traffic. That's why they use a clickbait, so people click on it and it counts as a traffic, so they have inflated numbers.
So they get pushed up on the Google
So
list.
that's how they can charge more for the icons or the banners you see on the websites. Those are paid, so the more people go on their website, the higher the value of the banner. So
like a long time ago, you think back to like fireside chats and stuff like that. News was something that happened like once or twice a day. They did it in the morning and at night. Now we have these 24-hour news networks. They're like craving for information or some lead to post because it's just refreshed over and over. They just keep doing the same news article. So whenever they see news, real or fake, it's like, we need content. Let's just roll with it and see what happens.
If it's gaining traction, let's go ahead and put it on the national.
So I mean, just with the new technology, you can push news. Everybody wants constant news instead of twice a day. It's now, right now. We need to post this right now, and then we'll see what happens. It's just our environment.
Yeah, and one of the things is that with internet coming out, there's a lot of alternative ways to get news, and now everybody's fighting for that crowd, so they're gonna push whatever, like make the title as controversial as possible to make that people, to bring the people to their website.
Well, just think, 20 years ago, nobody had a cell phone in their hand. This is like everybody has a real-time updatable newspaper in their hand.
But if you look online, I mean, they say they don't even call like the big news networks. They call them news entertainment now. That's like the
infomercial.
Yeah.
Right.
Infotainment. There we go.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about
Infotainment.
how can you check when you're online and you see news that you suspect might be fake news.
Mm-hmm.
How can you check that? How can you know for sure if it's fake news or if it's real?
Well, number one, common sense.
Yes.
So if it looks like clickbait, you got about a 99% chance it is nothing but clickbait. If you can get yourself to click past it, do that.
I always look at the top in the address bar. When you click on the article, look at where it's coming from. If it's coming from, like, you know,
Ad source dot.
or some weird domain name that's not a, you know, even though the, major news networks typically sometimes they check sources, but like, you know, the conservationist in America.com, I don't know, that might be a made-up site, it might be there, I don't know. That might not be the best source. You know, you don't know where that page came from, you never heard of it before, it's not a major news source.
And usually when they, let's say if there's an article about something, usually it's based on some kind of other source, and then you want to check those sources.
Those sources, yeah, because I was reading this morning, and a lot of the news is just straight made up.
Right.
It's, you know, there's no sources. If you look at the sources are dead. The people they're talking about, which, you know, they're, you know, like sources in the article that they say, like, this doctor said this, sometimes that doctor doesn't even exist.
It's kind of he said, she said.
Exactly.
Situation.
It is fake news. Also, the good part about technology is that, like we spoke about last week, AI, they're starting to develop programs that can detect and filter fake news because it's getting to be such a problem that we're trying to automate the process of getting rid of it because it's just so rampant. So soon it'll be better, but it has to get really bad before somebody steps in and makes it better.
So what is the damage that's caused by fake news? Like what is the actual?
You can affect elections.
True.
You can push an agenda. You can affect legislation. I mean, anything you really want to do. Like one of the biggest fake news articles that's ever happened was that vaccines cause autism. That was a fake news article that was posted. They even admitted it's fake. You can look it up. It was one article that was posted, and the facts were not, like, the actual sources were made up. And everybody, now that's a major thing that's believed. But if you look, there's not a lot of actual real news or real research that supports it.
Right.
Like when you're online sometimes and you see a fake news article posted and you see one of your friends cite it as something that's real, it makes people really upset because they know it's not real, but since it gets pushed to all their friends, the more people that believe it, if you tell a lie enough, most people will end up thinking it's true.
Yeah, it's almost like a religion, you know, like it's like faith. You believe in that information or not.
Yeah.
And then also there's other kinds of fake news per se. Let's say a lot of people like to say, oh, statistically, this and this happens, whatever. And one of the things was, like, example, there was a statistic that they made that 80% of air crash survivors read the manual. And it's like, okay, this sounds legit, but what about the dead people? You know, like,
you can't add them
you can't
in.
really, that 80%
Well,
is it fake or not?
That's
you know?
another part of fake
Right.
news is selectively picking quotes or selectively picking data to make it look different than it really is.
Show us the full picture, and then we can, essentially you have to watch a full picture and just make
the
your
broader
mind on your
view.
own. Yeah.
So, like, more like what Rafal said, like, if you are trying to push a certain, let's say, a certain law, and you only interview people that want that law to pass, it's going to look like a majority of the people that you interviewed like that law.
Just
but
like
really,
the polls, right? Like
yeah.
the presidential polls, they were saying, oh, Trump is not going to win, but he did. So, you know, it's like...
Maybe the people that they were polling were people that weren't Trump fans. So it's you have to have a, you know, a mixed bag, you know, properly.
Actual full set of data.
Yeah, a proper sample set.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's enough about fake news. Let's go to the game room and see if there's any fake news going on in there.
Sounds like fun.
I played for like an hour last night. Cause like, I don't know, it's cool.
Oh, man,
Like
that's
Donkey Kong Country, it has any video game that you could think of.
I can pick the music. So how do I go back? The zombies ate my neighbor.
But you can actually order a Super Nintendo controller that'll plug into your computer, and you can program it. So when you play on the emulator here, you could actually use the Super Nintendo controller.
Save the baby. Except I don't know. There you go. Oh.
Wow. The exit just appears.
think it's nice for the website is really cool because there's so many options. So you can't really get bored. You can just try different things. If you don't like it, you just start over. You don't have to buy anything, which I always enjoy. I like that it gives you what year they were made in too. I am not enjoying the Mario Kart on the computer. When you are in a driving game, you have to have an actual steering wheel.
You're just like kind of going around in circles.
Well,
I don't think you've gotten past that corner.
Good TV, people.
Hey, don't you love old games? They're just some certain games are just timeless. They're always good. Timeless.
Or boring.
So for news, I wanted to
It's
talk.
not rolling yet, right?
No, it's rolling. For news, I wanted to talk about one of the biggest news article or fake news that I ever seen is on social media, and it's that I see it all the time. Facebook is closing for a day for maintenance. That's the first one. And people post and they say, on this day, Facebook will be closing. Just make sure you know that. That's not going to happen. Facebook is not going to close for maintenance. Facebook is like...
They maintain all the time.
Yeah, they have multiple data centers. They don't need to close for maintenance. It's not a Kmart.
What about the message where it says that, I don't agree to sharing my pictures, and because I posted this on my timeline, and if you share it and you post it, you will also not be held responsible for the legalities of sharing pictures.
Right. So basically, like on their timeline, you'll see it says, I do not authorize to share my photos, and neither should you copy and paste this if you don't want them using your photos. That doesn't mean anything.
You're using their service. It's their content.
When you signed up and you said, I agree, accept, that's all in there, that they can do whatever, pretty much anything in those terms. If you post it to the wall, it's not going to do anything.
Yep. So if you're not dumb, read the freaking agreement, and then you can, have a conversation. Moment of Curtis, yo.
You moment of Curtis, yo.
Look into my crystal ball.